about half an hour in. The first climb, about 500 metres. Probably have another 4 hours of walking tonight. But there should be some good spots to stop and hunt just before dark. Up top, out of the bush line, about 500 metres climb, it's in an hour. Makes it easy being on a track. Not sure if I really like it though. Been doing a bit of glassing. Haven't seen a whole lot. Probably not that surprising, given it's only been in here an hour. Sun to cloud in a bit. Weather's not meant to be great for this weekend, but do what we can. Just moving along slowly, glassing where I can. Can't see a whole lot, but moving past stuff we've already semi-glassed. Getting into a position to glass more if the weather clears a bit. Just doing a bit more glassing. Nothing seen yet. Weather's a bit clearer over here, but I think soon I'll start to move around into a place that opens up a good area for tomorrow morning and possibly a good campsite too. So keep moving. Just climbed over into this next basin. Thought it'd be smart to sit down and have a glass before I drop down into it. Also a bit of a snack because I'm pretty hungry. But if I camp just down there somewhere, puts me in a good position to glass all those faces tomorrow, and then even get round over the back of those little peaks there. It's not far to go, and there's some good spots for glassing there too. Camp's all set up in the sleeping bag. It actually looks like the clouds lifted a bit out there, you can't really see, but a little bit of breeze, and gonna have a bite to eat and get an early night. It's just gone 6 AM. Just sat down to start glassing for about half an hour, see what I see. Then I might pop over there and have a look as well. Then, assuming I don't see anything, probably head it over that way, back of that, and the next basin round too. Just came down into this little basin, grabbed some water. Goose flew off, gave me a bit of a fright, and I found this nest. Gave this egg a bit of a shake. I could hear some chirping inside. It's very fresh. There's definitely more animals been through here at some point. I would have thought it was good chamois country, a lot of little bluffs for them to bed up underneath. And then just over there, there's another goose on a nest by the looks of it, so we'll get a bit closer and see what happens. There's a goose there. See what happens. Definitely looks like it's on its nest. There was quite a few hanging out last night, where I was camping sort of down below in the ponds. Seems like their numbers are definitely continuing to increase quite a bit. So I've come over that saddle there, drop down there, come up here, started glassing in here, and then I'll be able to head over that way and then round the back of that there's another couple of basins, and then head back to where, kind of on the other side of that ridge to where I came from. Come round into this next basin, then I can look back this way too. I was hoping to make my way around there, but it looks pretty difficult to get over there. Maybe further down lower, but now the rain's made the rock wet, it's pretty slippery. So I might sort of have a bit of a look down here, and then down over there in those lower basins, assuming I can see, and then make my way back to the tent for a bit. That's still probably take me 2 hours, an hour and a half to get back there. It's only not even 10 o'clock now. So as I was starting to head back, it cleared up a bit, and since it's kind of come in a little bit again, but in that time I was able to find 2 chamois. One's right down in there, the other one's up in there. Seem to be by themselves, so probably bucks, but it's pretty hard to tell with the cloud, and they haven't really been moving much, so the angle I've been looking at them at, it's pretty hard to tell, but we'll keep looking, and if they're worth chasing, I might be able to head back around all the way around that, grab my camp, then come down and make my way down here. And the one down here is sort of bedded looking up that way, so it might be hard to get in on it, but it's a possibility. And then I think from there I could get out down that gully, but we'll see. So this is a second chamois I saw. Definitely appears to be by itself. Now it's up and moving, so I'll get a bit of a close up and see what I think. Kind of try and figure out what it is. Looks like it's got reasonable hooks, but it's hard to tell from here. Now the second one, see if I can find it. Go all the way down here. Here it is. It's just got up and started to move too. Very hard to tell, especially with the phone, so yeah, down there and up over there, so I'll continue looking and make a decision on what I think they are, whether it's worth going all the way down there. The mountain stick's perfect for trips like this where you can see there's really not that much snow and it's not worth bringing an ice axe, but you know, you still got places like this to cross and they can be quite icy, and mountain stick, you know, gives you safety of an ice axe going across these, but also the length of a walking stick, so it's useful the rest of the time instead of just being dead weight on your pack. Okay, I've packed up to the camp, slowly heading down. I saw the chamois sort of down on that face over there, so I'm going to head down here and see if I can find them again. I have a feeling I might be able to. Then I might be able to get down sort of over there, maybe around there. The only problem is they might be able to see me. Otherwise I can definitely drop down that way and come down, but it might be hard for me to keep an eye on them and find them. Look how nice and clear and clean this lake is. All that water coming out from under those rocks flows out there through a series of lakes. So I've come down there, wasn't real bad, a little bit sketchy in places, and as I started to come down I've seen some poop which is not super fresh but a lot fresher than what I've been seeing, so it seems like there are a few animals hanging around in here, so just got to find where they are now. So I've made my way around the hill, kind of come down here, sort of between some bluffs and the tree line really, and one of the chamois was up in there and the other one was up there, and I haven't been able to see the one up there at all. I don't think it would have gone that far. It looks like there's a little spot it could have bedded down and be hidden from me. So I thought I'd sit here and sort of glass until it's either dark or I can see one of them. And I have just seen one up on that patch just up there, so I wondered, get out the spotting scope and check it out, but I wondered if I could shoot up this just inside the tree line to about there and get a shot on it, I'd say. Assuming that scree slope's not too rounded and I can see across it. But I'll pull out the spotting scope and have a look at it a bit closer. With the moisture on the spotting scope and all the fog you can see, couldn't really tell a whole lot other than might be worth a look, so I'm going to drop down to the creek, head up the other side, see how close I can get and just see if I can get some good shots of it. Okay, so I've got up here, spotted the chamois about 150 metres away. Can't really get much closer. And unfortunately it's you can just see it there, mother with a young kid, probably only a couple of weeks old. There she is. She's seen me. Kid's just in behind the rock somewhere. And there's a kid there. Can't be very old. It's getting harder to see. I think that's the rain on my lens. It's might slowly move out and go back down, and then maybe go up the creek a bit and see if I can spot that other one. So instead of going back up, which would have taken a couple of hours and then probably another hour to get into new hunting area, I slowly hunted my way down the creek and saw another chamois, but it was a younger one, and it saw me before I saw it too, so it would have been pretty difficult to get on. And now I'm just sort of coming down at the end of the creek. There's a bit of a drop off down into the main valley, which gets pretty steep up here, so I've started to leave the river and I'm going to sidle around, and then kind of seems like I can get out down the ridge around this drop off area, so hopefully I can get out pretty easy. You see it's 7 o'clock already, so coming out in the river flats now, so I'll sneak down here, might see a deer, but otherwise it's probably a 3-hour walk following the river back to the car. Well, back to the road, and then I got to walk back to the car too. But that's alright, won't go all the way tonight. This last little section of bush has been really easy going, getting away from the river. Real open bush, fast, and no slippery rocks and stuff like up further.